With Counterpunch Boxing News. I will let the chat load so we can move forward. It's the fight study. I was starting to do this when I got home, but why not? Why wait? I'm going to go live anyway, so let's talk about the fight that I saw between Billy Joe Saunders and Martin Murray. Pretty good fight, good scrap. I'll let it load. When you guys come in, hit that like button. How's everybody feeling tonight? We got 2 on the chat and growing. 2 turns into 7. Counterpunch to you guys. Hit that like button. By a share of a thumb or yes or a simple no, how many of you guys got to check out the Billy Joe Saunders versus Martin Murray fight on the zone? It's okay. It's a question, guys. You can feel free to text or whatnot. Came on today. Tazelle Jenkins, it came on today. Billy looked sharp. He did. And I want to talk about that. I'm letting it load, letting enough people come in, at least 30 or 40 or more, so we can start talking about what happened during the fight at hand. You know, Billy Joe Saunders, I'm watching Billy Joe, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? Billy Joe would be a problem for a lot of people. And I'm just thinking, like, you know what? Billy Joe could be a very, very big problem for Canelo Alvarez. You know, and it gets you to thinking on why Men's Law Entertainment, Counterpunch to you, brother. And it tells you why, like, certain concessions had to be met, or there was no fight. Because Billy Joe Saunders is one hell of a fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. You know, he's been in there with some interesting opponents. You know, David Lemieux, Chris Eubank Jr. You know, Martin Murray, I think he was pretty much on his way out, but he's always been a tough fighter, to say the least. You know, Mitch, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Yo, you know what? That's a good question, Men's Law Entertainment. I don't know what the fuck happened to Radio Raheem. I haven't heard anything from him. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea what happened to Radio Raheem. Radio Raheem here. You know. What's up, Kurt? What's up, Billy Joe Saunders fight? That fight of Martin Murray, I bet. You know, it was a good fight. You know what I mean? It was a very good fight. Yeah, it's been a long time since I heard from him. That's a good question. Because, you know, Seconds Out, I think, you know, he's been on Seconds Out. Salam. Ray Khan, Counterpunch to you, brother. Let's hit that like button. Let's get those likes up so we can get those notifications out. YouTube runs a popularity test. The more likes you get, the more they do their job. That's how it works. I figured it out. But Billy Joe, he looked good, man. He looked sharp. He was putting together the punches. And that's the thing. He didn't look so good in his last performance. That's what I keep telling people. That's Billy Joe. Billy Joe's the kind of comeback kid. He'll have a good performance, and then he'll have a flat one. Then he'll have another one that's so-so. Then he'll have a very good one. That's how he goes. He's up and down. He's up and down. Yeah, he should have stopped him, but then here's the thing. In the third round, he dropped Martin Murray. Make no mistake about it, people. That was a knockdown. That was a knockdown because he started to wobble for the punch, and he was going down because of the accumulation of the punches, not where his glove was. He didn't have that much force to cause that man to fall. That man was already going down. Martin Murray was already going down. You know what I'm saying, Adade? Very quiet. I think this was his last fight, and it had to happen because of the 2 postpones a few years ago. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that fight that he's supposed to fought. They did postpone. Yeah, I do remember that. And then the fight didn't even happen anyway. Yeah, I do remember that. So, I mean, time is wasted. Martin Murray was a tough competitor. Some people just get the ugly end of the stick in their career. Things don't always pan out the way they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's look at it this way. Remember when Martin Murray went to Argentina to fight Sergio Martinez and beat Sergio, knocked him down 3-4 times and shit? And then, you know, they gave it to, they robbed that man in Argentina. You guys remember that? Those things happen. They happen. Slide tendencies, counterpunch to you, Mr. Counterpunch. I have a question for you. Okay. What's your question? Okay, we got some questions. All right, hopefully I got some answers. What's up? Mike Tyson could be competitive. I don't know. See, the thing is, I think Mike needs to. This was an exhibition. You know, there's a lot of factors about Mike. And basically, Mr. Counterpunch, I know, right? I should make a shirt with Mr. Counterpunch on it. You know? But I got some new shit in the works though, definitely. Did you see the AJ interview when he said that he most likely fighting Usyk next because Fury's waffles too much? No, I didn't. I didn't see that. And if you could, send me that on Instagram or whatnot, so I can counterpunch it, so I can give you my take on it. It'll go out in tomorrow's news, you know. Think of my videos like mail. I mail them out. It's the Ville Kurt. Just my name backwards. Toby Barlett, salute for the chat. Counterpunch to you. You think AJ beats Fury when they fight? I mean, I think he could. I think with the style, he has crisp punches. He's a hard puncher. There's different variations of punches. And see, the thing about what people don't understand, those guys, when they sparred, they went balls to the wall. Tyson Fury went in there thinking he was fucking with an amateur, but he really ended up getting in there with a guy that likes to fight. Anthony Joshua is not going to try to box Tyson Fury. That's going to be a hell of a fight. And if he fucks around and hurts Fury, and Fury can't recover from, because see, this ain't a one punch like Wilder's throwing. These are left hooks, right hands, uppercuts, jabs. Okay, these are a combination of punches, meaning a combination of problems. So yeah, it can be very, very difficult for Tyson Fury. Joyce versus Ruiz. I want to see Joyce versus Luis Ortiz. And let me explain why over Ruiz. Ruiz is on that slow learners Al Heyman program. You know what I mean? He's in that program. That's his problem. Okay? Whereas Luis Ortiz is always looking for the next big fight. So if Joe Joyce and Luis Ortiz can get it on, I think they would be sooner, and especially Joe Joyce called them out a couple years ago, if you guys can remember. He wanted some of that smoke, and Abel Sanchez cut it down. Jay Rodriguez, ¿qué lo que pasa? ¿Qué te pasa? What up, Kurt? Didn't get a notification. Billy Joe on the clinic. Billy Joe put on a boxing clinic. I think he did it worse than David Lemieux because he hurt he hurt Murray more than he hurt David Lemieux. He just busted up and kind of embarrassed David Lemieux. But as Martin Murray, it was close to that stoppage point for Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe was putting those punches together. He's a slick southpaw. He knows his shit. He's just an ass. That's what he is. But in the ring, he's a technician. He's a slick, savvy technician when he's turned on. When he's turned on, mind you. He has to be turned on. Yeah, he should fight an American for it. I mean, a known American. If Jarrell Miller was still in the question, I would love to see him and Jarrell Miller. That would have been a very good fight. He could have finished him and oh, I heard that. Sotelo presents. Send me that. Send me that interview because I want to see that shit. I want to hear it because that's good news. Because I'm telling you, if Joshua would have lost to Ruiz, he would have been on the redemption list. If he loses to Pulev, he's on the redemption list. Because if he loses to Pulev, understand, the rematch is not a clear case of he's back. He's back. He has to show people that he can still knock people the fuck out like all the other top heavyweights used to. You know, Wilder knocked everybody else out except Fury. Fury stopped Wilder. Joshua was knocking everybody out beforehand. So he has to prove who he has to prove he's still who he used to be. But better. But better. So I want to dissect that. I want to counterpunch that. Jay Rodriguez, appreciate you, brother. You guys like that second interview? I have different clips. Now to be a member, you can see the whole thing in its entirety. And it's some crazy times in that because it was all uncut. I didn't edit shit. You know, so and then I have a special for you guys for the holiday season. So you guys can join the Counterpunch membership for $1. You know what I mean? For $1. So I think that'll be fire. You know what I mean? And you can look at all that other good stuff too. Hunter lost to Povetkin and got gifted a draw to Povetkin. Facts. Dawson. Well, I mean, he hurt Povetkin to be fair though. You know what I mean? You got to look at it like that. Was it a robbery? No. Wasn't a robbery. Povetkin was hurt. He was gassed. He was tired. And Michael Hunter, you know, look, he used that as his opportunity to get some get back on Povetkin. And look at it this way: the man hurt Michael Hunter, and Michael Hunter ain't even a heavyweight. People, think about that. Think about Michael Hunter. He wasn't an acclimated or a proven heavyweight, okay? But he took those fucking heavy-ass Povetkin punches. Like, unlike some people. Counterpunch. We got to keep it real. Michael Hunter went the distance with Povetkin, hurt Povetkin, drug Povetkin in, survived Povetkin, and got a draw against Povetkin. You can't be mad at the man because of that. And Povetkin, exactly, Merley. Povetkin didn't drop him either, and surely didn't knock him the fuck out, because you got to knock somebody. Well, I don't know. I seen a guy get knocked out on his what's the cat's name? Is it Mirojov knocked out the Puerto Rican guy Delgado, right? He was out on his feet, so you can get knocked out without getting knocked down. Michael Hunter fell through the down ropes, and then they did not count the knockdown. Okay, so what did he go through? Ropes, Harley Dixon. I don't know. Because I remember that was on the undercard, which was a fire-ass undercard, though. I don't remember that episode, to be fair. Like Deontay Wilder White actually fights the top competition. He doesn't cherry pick bombs. Well, here's the thing though. Wilder, he thought he was cherry picking. He look, Wilder did an attempted cherry pick. That's what he did. He did an attempted cherry pick, and the shit wasn't a cherry pick. You come to find out that Fury was one of the top fighters. He was just out of condition, but just grit, determination. God made him who he was. You know, gave him that energy, that strength to survive. You know, the determination. Look, all of that. He got punched and fell. Watch it again, boss. Hunter did a cherry pick like White as well. Give Povetkin his props. Povetkin, look, you think Povetkin was washed up when Anthony Joshua knocked him out? Because if you think that, that means that you're taking the credit away from Joshua. And he buckled Joshua, by the way. You know? Povetkin only lost once, man. To Klitschko, then twice to Joshua. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm giving him his props. But here's the thing. You can't turn around and say somebody was a cherry pick, then find out it wasn't a cherry pick at all. It was a tough fight. Now, he might intentionally thought of it as a cherry pick. I get that. But at the end of the day, though, he clearly shows that, hey, I made a mistake. But I know, but see, Joshua fought Povetkin. Povetkin, right, was supposed to be washed up. In the eyes of, I'm trying to understand you, because you're saying, well, in the eyes of Michael Hunter picked him because he thought it was a cherry pick, right? Well, Michael Hunter was fucking mistaken now, wasn't he? So what you're saying, you're putting him in the same boat as Deontay Wilder, where they thought they were cherry picking, but the cherry picking ended up to be a fucking a real gem. You know? White turned down a second shot at AJ. Yeah, he didn't look well. To be fair though, White, he did turn it down. Now he could have took the opportunity, but how big was the opportunity though? How big was the opportunity? Because you know we can yin and yang that. We can counterpunch that either way, because we can look at it like, yo, if he wanted a championship opportunity, he could have took that money. But the money that they offered him, and the deal was a shit deal. It was. The deal was this. Dillian White, if he beat Joshua, basically they were going to give Dillian White the same deal they gave Ruiz. It wasn't good enough for Dillian White. Now, we don't know how that fight would have went. Did he pass up the opportunity because he wanted something better? Of course he did. But at the end of the day, though, he wanted more money if he beat Joshua, and that wasn't going to happen. You know, so he was just outshadowed. That's it. And since he was outshadowed, he was like, fuck it. I'm going to go another route. You know? But then again, what can he make and who can he fight to make that type of revenue, that type of cash, that type of liquid? Yeah, the deal was bullshit. And he knew it. He was like, because it just shows that Dillian White's a smart businessman, you know? He's a lot smarter than he looks. He's like, yo, well, wait, you want to give me less money? You know what I'm saying? D-Town Blaster, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. D-Town Blaster in the building. Why are people acting like boxers do it for the love of the game? They call it prize fighting for a reason. Slight tendencies. Yes, that's also true. But then there's also fighters like Terrence Crawford that wants to do it for the love and to test themselves. It's very rare. Very, very rare. Yo, man, check this out. I just finished a video about Alexander Usyk. You know, Alexander Usyk, you know, and Derek Chisora. You know, stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a hot one. You know, but let's come back to Billy Joe. Billy Joe, where does he go from here? Who does he fight now? What do you guys think? Who do you guys think Billy Joe Saunders should fight now? 757 in here. Mike Hall, kind of punch to you, brother. Oh man, Rivas, that would be a good fight, wouldn't it? Rivas and Rivas and Joe Joyce. Oh yeah. Oh no, Usyk versus Rivas. That would be a hell of a fight. Canelo or Plant? I don't know, man. I think if Canelo can beat Plant, I would be very, very impressed. Very, because Caleb Plant is a guy that he fools people. He has you thinking they call him sweet hands for a reason. The guy's, he's a good fighter. Plant is swaggy. He is swaggy. He'll give people problems. I would watch it. Billy Joe versus Caleb Plant. Hell yeah. Two slick ass guys like that. Two shit talkers. Two rough around the edges white guys that like to talk shit. You know what I mean? And believes in themselves. That's very, very high on the hog, so to speak. Champions. Dude, why not? Let's hit that like button. We got 75 on the chat. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Why not? I love seeing Canelo crush Povetkin. Canelo crush Povetkin? What kind of shit is that? Jerome Miller got 2 years banned for Viagra. Nah, Joshua Littlejohn, I don't know about that shit. I don't know about Viagra. But oh, Kovalev. Yeah, Kovalev. Okay, I got you. Well, thing about Kovalev though, man, he's on his way out. Philip, update. I got you coming. They supposed to come in tomorrow. They split the package, but you have one more item to your package, sir. Giving you an update. Counterpunch to you. Chain with ice. Salute. Counterpunch to you. I didn't want to mail it out, Philip. Like, I didn't want to do that. That's just stupid. Why would you do that? You just wait till you get the whole bulk. But you got a nice counterpunch package, a care package, counterpunch boxing news, and I will get with you about that new news later. Canelo could end up the Mexican Roy Jones Jr. Oh wow. Canelo's a good fighter though. I just hate it. Because see, he would be better and more well-rounded and respected if he wasn't protected. So this is really big. This is really big for him leaving De La Hoya, because I want to know if that protection is still there. You barely want a fighter. It's a close fight and it's like 117, 111. Like, what kind of shit is that? Roy Jones Jr. Oh, exactly. He's money. The protection will always be there. Yeah, well, I think it is what it is. Push you again on Mike Tyson's chance against Chisora White. I don't know, man. See, look, he's 54 years old. He's been out of the ring damn near 20 years. He went 8 2-minute rounds with Roy Jones, and that's a person that was trying to survive. He just wasn't a punching bag and shit like. He's younger. I would see him smoking Chisora, but Chisora is a big fucking guy. Now, here's the thing: if he can fight and beat Chisora, there's hope. But then again, would you want Mike? That's my thing. Would I want Mike going in there and fighting those type of dudes? Derek Chisora ain't fighting shit for charity. Derek Chisora fighting for money. He'll tell you, I ain't fighting that shit, bro. I'm coming in and fight Mike Tyson. So, I mean, how old is Derek Chisora anyway? 37? 38? Oh, Apoja 5E. Of course I do. PlayStation. Yeah, that's it. That's my console. Roy didn't look all-time great against the baddest. Well, look, he had his own moral victory. He didn't get knocked out. Because that's what people thought. That's what I thought that could happen more than likely. If Mike hit him, and then, I mean, he caught him with some good shots. But everybody was down to earth about the whole thing. It wasn't like nobody was really on an ego trip, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people felt good about, their older guys. They completed an exhibition. Nobody was hurt. It was cool. It made fucking money. The whole idea was for charity and to see what they can do to raise that type of money. They raised that money and none of them got knocked out. They gave each other props. They gave each other respect. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Now, how does Mike's performance, if he was fighting somebody that didn't hug and all that shit, who knows? It is curious to see what Mike can do if he fucking hauled off and hit someone like Chisora. Could he knock him out like Dillian White did? You know what I mean? Those are questions you do want to know, but at what cost? Do you want to know that at the cost of Mike getting fucking hurt? No. Mike has a life after boxing. He doesn't give a damn. He's a real down-to-earth person. He showed us these things. And then he did all that without boxing. Boxing was the thing that made him what he is, but it didn't continue to see, oh, he's the baddest man on the planet. Yeah, I get that, but you could see the other aspects of Mike Tyson. And the other aspects are, it's like, hey, the guy has a brain, he has sympathy, he's a human being, and when he talks, people listen. I mean, if you're Mike, why not? You want to see what they got. I just wish you had that young reincarnated fucking Mike Tyson in there. You know what I mean? He'll probably whoop every ass alive now. Mike and Roy are all-time greats. People forget what Roy did. Y'all must have forgot because y'all must have forgot. See, people remember negative things when he took all those knockouts and he got knocked out a lot. But he dropped a lot of people. He beat a lot of people. And the man was too big. He was too good that they had to give him a loss, which was crazy. And he knocked the guy out on the loss. He said you're right. He was never that great. Good. He was great, though. You know what I mean? Counterpunch. You said it yourself. Yeah, he wasn't never that great. Okay, well, he was great, though. He was still great, though. Yeah, you know what? I would honestly want him to train boxers than do that himself. I think he's done enough, in the sport. We know his technique is impetuous. His style is Look, that Mike Tyson dude is one of those guys that he could really teach someone. Like, I would love for him to train Oscar Rivas. Think about it. Look, Rivas is a tough fucking Colombian guy. He dropped White on his only loss. Tyson Fury ducked him. He beat Ruiz in the amateurs. Right? I would look, if Mike gets a hold of Oscar Rivas and he gets his ass out of Canada, yeah. No disrespect to the Canadians, but he needs to get with someone that knows. You imagine Oscar Rivas fighting like that, moving side to side? You know what I mean? Mike would make turn Rivas, because Rivas is already a tough dude. You can tell he's like a no nonsense Billy badass. He doesn't talk much. He wants to get it on. He stopped guys late. They thought they were going to get out of there, and he took it to them. Yeah, I could see that. Someone like Hunter, someone with that type of style, that, him or David Hay. David Hay would be a good trainer for him too. They got an unorthodox athletic style that, in fact, they can really adapt that to that particular style of fighter. They can really do their style duty and service. Justice. What legend would be good for AJ? Lennox Lewis. There, I said it. Not Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis. Exactly, Mike. Lennox Lewis. Even though I don't know what the fucking problem is with Lennox Lewis. I don't know why he, I got an idea, okay, but Anthony Joshua would like, if all people just gave up the bullshit and just, kissed and make up, whatever you need to do, stop the beef and all that, and be like, look, AJ, I want to train you. Yeah, he needs to lose muscle, but he needs to gain technique also. Lennox still want to bang low-key. Yeah, he does. Put down the blunt, son, and maybe he might do something with himself. I didn't say he say AJ is nothing next to Lewis. Didn't say, look, here's the thing. Alans. I said he could train him and make him a better fighter. George the Boomslayer. What do you think of Billy Ho Saunders? Billy Ho. Billy Ho! What's up, Billy Ho? Open sesame. Lennox was the best. Pick up England, pick up. Yeah, Lennox was a bad motherfucker, and I didn't even like Lennox Lewis. Kurt, in all truth, AJ would not have got past Frank Bruno. Sorry. Frank Bruno? I don't know. I think he would have knocked out Frank. I think he would have took Frank. Someone like Holyfield, maybe. Because Holyfield liked to mix it up too much, being the smaller opponent. And that might have been his downfall. That's why guys like that would. I know Bruno. I don't agree with that shit. Like Bruno? I don't know about Bruno, because I think you can miss me with that one. I mean, Bruno was okay, but, Bruno wasn't. He wasn't a Lennox Lewis, okay? He wasn't that. He fought tougher men. Well, I mean, yeah, he got knocked out by Mike Tyson. Matt Cedillo, AJ versus Ike Barabucci. Ike would have got him. Ike would have got it back because he's quicker. I think he's more efficient. Ike Barabucci was a motherfucker, man. You guys don't understand. Look, everybody on the chat, okay? Look up Ike Barabucci. He was like one of the top heavyweights that was rising. He was 20-0 in Nui versus Tank. I think Tank's too big. I think Tank's fighting out of his weight class anyway, honestly, to be honest with you. Yeah, look, Ike Barabucci was a monster anyway. He was a dude that had to be stopped. He was another Paulie Ayala. You guys remember Paulie Ayala? Which, you know, a lot of people would look at him as a piece of shit, but he was a hell of a fighter. He was like I'm gonna tell you, give you a better example than him. Salvador Sanchez. You know what I mean? He was one of those guys that was the shit and just died too quick. Something happened to him. But in this case, he didn't die. He went to prison. You know what I mean? Because he lost his fucking mind. But he was just this awesome, destructive beast. Now, you know what? Joshua Little John, he didn't beat the brakes off of him. He just knocked him the fuck out. Because Bird was difficult for anybody. Ask David Tua. Ask the Klitschko. I wish Tyson Tua happened. You know, it was crazy because Tua and Tyson, man, that would have been one hell. Look, you know what? On my, I think on one of my YouTube channels, I did a Tua versus Tyson. And it was a fight. So it was like a fantasy. You know, I used to do the fantasy Wednesdays and shit like that. I'm going to get back doing that too when I have time, you know, because fantasy Wednesdays are not fantasy at all. But I think that Tyson and Tua would have been one hell of a fight. You know. He said, you're a joker. He couldn't even beat Andy. We still talking about Joshua? Look, Joshua beat Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz beat Joshua. You know, now could the fight happen again? If Andy Ruiz did everything that he's supposed to, maybe he might earn a shot at Joshua. But, you know, I think honestly that's a once in a lifetime opportunity for someone like Andy Ruiz. And then the way he went about, you're going to get this Hall of Fame trainer or whatever, but then you're not going to fucking fight anybody. It's disappointing. Let's hit that like button. Yeah, they're 1-1, right? But like, okay, he couldn't even beat him. So what are you saying? You forget they fought a second time? You know what I mean? That's that kind of shit. Like, oh well, he couldn't even beat. You know, like he couldn't even beat Andy. Like, okay, well, yeah, he couldn't beat him, slugfesting him, fighting him a certain way. No. But then again, here's the problem. Andy ain't fought all these other guys. Andy has to have his chance to fight other people. Yes, he might have blew his chance with Joshua on the second one, but he got paid for doing it. He got paid for blowing it, okay? Now he has to show it. He has to see what he's good at doing. Getting a trainer or whoever ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Yeah, he went AWOL. I know, right? Andy Ruiz is a legend. You know what? He is a legend. He's a legend. You know, he's the only heavyweight Mexican champion ever. That's the trip. People compare AJ to Riddick both because they're big. They're both big men. Ika Barabucci like Cain Velasquez stamina-wise. AJ didn't look great in the second fight, in my opinion. Andy has no discipline, according to Manny Robles. He don't. All you got to do to fuck up Andy Ruiz is give him shit. The only reason he was fighting because he was hungry. He got fed. He didn't want to fight no more. That's it. That's the only thing you really have to know about Andy Ruiz. Is he talented? Yeah. Does he have fast hands? Yeah. But that doesn't mean shit. That's like a smart person that never fucking uses his brain. Yeah, I know how to do stuff, and I know astrophysicists, but like if you're not doing anything with it, who gives a fuck? You're just trying to show people how smart you are. Who cares if you're not even using it? You know, that's what you call intelligence or lack of. You can have the knowledge to do something, but if you don't do it, what good is it? It's useless. You lack ambition. You know, like he could have fought Luis Ortiz. Why didn't he do that? And you know, If he would have beat Ortiz, first thing they would have said is, Ortiz was that's why Wilder wanted to have him all for himself. That type of shit. It's Friday, Modelo time. No, this is Presidente time. Modelos are okay. I like the regular, especial. Mad respect for Andy El Hombre Ruiz. Andy, he can get off the redemption list, but he has to fight someone worth a shit. He has to. If he doesn't, I mean, he'll just be that dude that upset Joshua. That's really all he's known for right now. He has to get out of that, get from under that cloud, fight other people, and show people that, hey, he's still here. There's a reason he beat Joshua. You see what I'm saying? See, if Andy Ruiz doesn't fight anyone else, it's going to hurt everyone's credibility. It's going to hurt the rematch with Joshua. It's going to hurt the fact that he beat Joshua. Why? Because he never did anything else. He never fought anyone else that you can compare Joshua to. That's what this is all about. If none of these guys are fighting each other, that's what they have. Tony Tucker versus Tyson Fury. Oh no. Tony Tucker was a bad mother sucker. I'd go with Tony Tucker. He's old school. Andy versus White. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. Eye to eye. That's a very good fight. Ruiz gloves were suspect. Oh shit, Ruiz gloves were suspect? How so? That's the first time I ever heard that. 78 Sports said he didn't even know AJ was fighting in a week because Eddie Hearn isn't doing his job promoting. Do you agree? Well, no, I don't. Slotello presents. Look, the LDBC, they primarily promote Showtime and Fox venues. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So if he didn't hear about AJ fighting, he was just trying to be facetious, or he really doesn't cover the shit anyway. Those guys don't really worry about other venues besides Fox, PBC, or Showtime. That's pretty much what they cover. They cover kind of a narrow sense of fighters. Maybe some ESPN. But of course, you have to understand, Eddie couldn't promote anything until he knew where the fuck they were going. You see what I'm saying? So, like, him saying that, that's just, Wilder, Spence, Garcia, Porter, Gary Russell Jr., Adrian Broner, Mayweather, like, that's pretty much that. Glovegate, all that shit. They promote that. They talk about that. That's most of the bulk of the news. Ken Norton would have beaten Wilder up. Ken Norton is a smaller guy, though. He's like 6'3". Wilder probably would have starched him. But then here's the thing. If Norton, see, those old school fighters like that, they didn't fuck around. They did not. Kamal, counterpunch to you, brother. Saunders, Canelo, who's slicker? Ugh, I don't know. I think Saunders is slicker. I think Canelo is more technically gifted, but Saunders is slicker, if that makes sense. Andrade would smoke Billy Joe. I don't know. I want to see that, though. Hashtag bully, hashtag game. I want to see. I just hate that fight didn't happen. That fight should have already happened, by the way. And that probably could have been their rivalry, because they both talk shit. They're both southpaws. They're both tall. They're both quick. They're both slick. That could have been a good fight between the two. Mad Dog H, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. That Ali Baba dude just hurts my ears to listen to him. Who the hell is the Ali Baba dude? Hearn keeps doing interviews talking about how he wants to spin AJ versus Fury deal right after Pulev, but AJ literally said he's fighting Usyk next. I feel Hearn just wants money out of AJ. All promoters want money out of the fighters. That's a fucking fact. If you're gonna be pro anything, be pro fighter. Fuck the promoters. That's real. That's the realest I can tell you. The promoters might be get paid. They might have a certain statue, a reputation, do's and don'ts. But at the end of the day, they get paid for being lawyers. That's what they do. They're lawyers with a mouthpiece. That's all a promoter really is. At the end of the day, that's it. So Joshua's saying what he needs to do because Joshua's the champion, not Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is the promoter that works for Anthony Joshua. Okay. So to clear this up about Eddie Hearn and Joshua, Eddie can say whatever he wants, but it's just showing that Eddie wants money. Eddie would prefer that particular fight because that particular fight will make him and the whole team of the people around Joshua more money. He's a businessman. He's a promoter. Those are what these guys aim for. They ain't aiming for the harder fights. They're aiming. You think he would fight Pulev if fucking he didn't have to? No, they would want to fight Fury. Fury deals with the money. Get the fucking money. Make the fight happen. Make the biggest fight in British history. Make it happen. And then at the end of the day, in 5 years, well, yeah, I promoted that fight. Right? That's how it is. That's what they want. That's what Eddie Hearn wants. Joshua just wants to obligate what he's already had. He's a unified champion. He's want to defend these belts. He's defending the IBF. That he wants to turn around and defend the WBO. That's what he does. He's a fighter. He's a champion. He's a unified champion. He's doing something that the fighters, other top fighters, have never fucking done. Counterpunch. These guys ain't never. Tyson Fury had those belts, but fuck, he didn't defend any of them. He didn't defend not one. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to talk about defending, Wilder defended it 10 times, but he never had to defend multiple belts because he never had multiple belts. He had to worry about one. So that's a mandatory, voluntary. Somehow it's a voluntary and another voluntary. Then, a mandatory. But at least he did defend his belts, though, in the defense of Wilder. Tyson ain't did none of that shit. Tyson, hey, I got the belts. Fuck the belts. Let me retire. Hey, I got the WBC. Now we haven't even seen him. We don't even know if he's going to defend the belt at all. We don't even know who his next fight's going to be. They're talking about money. They couldn't fight over fucking money. Oh, we don't have the money to supply to Tyson. That shit's sad. That shit's sad. It's real sad that they don't have the money to pay the man to fight without a crowd. That's not a good sign. Bad news. Bad 10 times out of 10. Okay, yeah, you talking about. I figured that's who you talking about, Aki. Yeah, it's annoying listening to that motherfucker. It's just like, okay, turn that shit off. Who has the most mismanaged career, Andrade, Brooks, or Thurman? Okay, probably Andrade. Well, no. Not Brooke necessarily. Brooke fucked around. Understand this, people. Elias. People make their own decisions too. See, those promoters, probably beside everybody except Al Heyman, because Al Heyman is he sits a person and tells them what they're gonna do. And he's gonna give you a certain amount of choices. If you don't want those choices, that's your ass. You're gonna fight one of those people that he gives you. These other guys, like Brooke, he's with Eddie Hearn, he gets a choice. Andrade's with Eddie Hearn, he gets a choice. Thurman, he tweaked it and spent it the way he want due to his injuries. Wilder just needs a short slugger to have a real chance, Andy Ruiz. But again, Wilder would probably drop him. Hitting him with that right. And if Wilder hits Ruiz and knocks him the fuck out, you know what'll happen? People will fear Deontay Wilder again. That's one way people will fear that punching power. People will fear it, they will respect it, and they will talk about it. Counterpunch. Who do you think is the best looking boxer? The best looking boxer is the motherfucker that got out of the ring. That's who. King Della Clark. That's who. The best looking boxer. I look at the best looking boxer like this. Who's in better condition? Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, not physically. Well, physically too, but not appearance wise. I'm looking at someone like, if I had to guess, Mayweather. Why? Because he hasn't taken damage. I'm not going into all that. Oh, his eyes and shoulders. No, 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 no. But he's in better shape than a lot of people. So if you were anybody that could pick the physical state that you're in after being in the game for 18 to 20 years, it would be Mayweather. It wouldn't be even Manny Pacquiao, because I think Manny Pacquiao will probably start, and it is a blessing that he's not really all fucked up. But I would rather be Floyd. Bob Arum versus Frank Warren, charity boxing. I got Frank Warren. He'll fuck Bob Arum up. If the fighter ain't the promoter, fuck that shit. Mayorga versus Teofimo on the mic. That's a good question. Canelo about to body snatch Smith. Oh man, that's your counterpunch, Mike. I hear you. Eddie got dabbed from me for tweeting Wilder stuff for legends. Eddie and Frank are getting divorced. They were never married. They were just fucking enemies. Wilder just needs a short slugger. Okay, I got that. All these channels making money off of Glovegate. What happens if he loses the third fight? Rudy Parsons. I keep fucking forget. Did I erase? I might have erased it, but I did one on Wilder. You know what? I'm gonna do it again, maybe in the morning. But Wilder, if Wilder loses, his case loses. You know what I mean? I'm going to be the one to tell you that. If Wilder loses, his case loses. And I'm going to explain it in so many ways. I'm going to explain it in the video and break it down. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what you're looking at. Suspect questions. I know, Ben. I know, right? Suspect comments. Edwin Valero. Cheekbones, though. Get the fuck out. Yeah, you mean when he got scratched across he got scarred across his head. Jim McDonald boxing. Philip, I was getting mixed with that blue blood. Okay. Wilder's next loss is the end of his career. He shouldn't fight Fury. And I don't think people want him to really fight him. Ben, something ain't right here. I'm not sure, but to be fair, we can all agree Anthony Joshua is the best looking boxer. You know, how about personality wise? How about the coolest boxer? How about that? Shit. Blue Bloods blocked me. Dude's clown looking like a dude from the Fear of the Walking Dead hairline. Have a day off, Clark. Have a day off and have 5 seats, motherfucker. Wilder said he would not mind fighting White. Okay, yeah. I mean, he said that shit before. Robin Reed's tan. Anthony Joshua's coolest though, too. Sounds suspect. Gato sabe. Oh, verdad. Verdad. So, oh, you tripping. Sorry, lads, got a bit over the top. Then my bad. That's all. Well, whatever. It's all good. Let's just stick to the boxing here. What about Canelo's smile? That shit reminds me. Oh man, that shit reminds me of of In Living Color. Now I think more about it. Shit's hilarious. Shit reminds me of In Living Color. Men on books and shit. They're like, yo, yeah, he can really fight. Oh yeah, I bet he can. Oh man, it's crazy. There's no super middleweight calling out Caleb Plant for the unification. Fred W. The same fucking reason why Canelo wanted to give him all those concessions, because he knows a guy like Billy Joe could upset you, and then Billy Joe's an ass. Billy Joe will fight you, beat you, and then talk shit about you and not give you the opportunity again. Oh shit. Fury ain't nowhere near Floyd. I like Cotto's serious eyes. Stare, he looks very compassionate. You know something? Fucking Cotto would tell you some shit too. He likes pink and shit. Cotto. No, Cotto's, he's cool, man. It just like he does some shit. Cotto might want to tell you, come sleep in the bed with me. Let me stop. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Yo, what's up, Kurt? Damn, I missed the Saunders fight for playing my new Xbox. I guess I'll catch the replay. Oh, Henry Gomez. It was cool. It was cool. Did Trump get his list of excuses from Wilder? No, I don't think so. I think they were all newly planned, but it's probably just as many. Cotto loves pink, though. Yeah, he does. Cotto wore pink for cancer. If Wilder has any brains, he has to be the post boy to his new belt. How did you watch boxing when you're in your car? Mario, the zone, bro. The zone. You just got to have a pretty good, I have Verizon. So, I was on set watching Billy Joe Saunders pick apart Martin Murray. If you threw a boxing tournament, that'll be too dope. A lot of pro boxers and managers watch your stuff, I guarantee. Yeah, that'd be cool. Were you a fan of Valero? What was a waste of talent? What a waste of talent for all the speed, power, and good. he throws he he throws it away. I don't know if he threw it away, because if you knew anything about that, honestly, Edwin Valero, Valero was found dead. They say he hung himself, but I mean, there's a lot of things that people question about his death. So don't be thinking that he sound like men on boxing. Shit. Well, let me look at this. Find this shit again. Were you a fan of Valero? What a waste of talent for all the speed, power, and those good looks. Oh, I can see Damon Wayans doing that shit. Like, yo, stop that shit, dude. Hated it. I was like, yo, that shit's fucking hilarious. But that was an example of being a good boxer is scary. A good fucking fighter, though. You know what I want to see? This is what I want to see. That already happened. I would love to see. I know homie don't play that. Real talk. I want to see Valero when he sparred Manny Pacquiao, because you guys know they sparred, and then we heard like Valero got into Manny's ass a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted. That would be a Christmas present to me, to see them spar. Taking the old jellies mate. Pulev Joshua press conference is in the 10th of December. Damn, they fight on the fucking 12th. Oh, shit. Huh. He broke Eric Morales' nose. No shit. Well, you know, also he got in a bad motorcycle accident, so he couldn't get cleared to fight in the U.S. too. That was a problem with him. It wasn't just because, you know what I mean. He had some problems, like some physical shit, like that he couldn't pass certain things. Rumor has it Stewart wanted to train who early in his career. He drank a gallon of bistro. What the fuck is bistro? Every time I watch a DAZN event, every time is a clear mismatch. Then, you know, you got a case there, you know, like a lot like the Joyce Dubois fight. You know, Kevin Lopez, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you back. Oh, it's gravy. Okay. That's kind of weird. Fuck would you do that? I mean, like shit like that, I don't get. You know, people just doing shit just for the sake of it. What's up with Terrence Crawford's wife? She looks like Bermain's the That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. You know, she's cute. She's just a big girl. You know? Whatchamacallit pissed Terrence off though. What's his name? What's the cat's name? Damn. I forget his name. Tywin. Yeah, there you go, Paul. Appreciate you. Read my brain. Yeah, he was like, yo, we got passports. Yeah, she's a lot fat now, isn't she? He could do a lot better than that sexually. She's a lot fat now, isn't she? She's fat as fuck. Bitch needs to just get liposuction. I was like, damn, what? Bud versus Spence. Who were you with? I'm with Bud, man. Fuck Spence, dude. We don't, you know, like, and I got to do the fight study tonight because the fucking fight's tomorrow. I'm supposed to do it today, but I got sidetracked for watching the Billy Joe Saunders fight. You know, of course, I was at work or whatever. You know, but Spence is not his own man until he leaves Heyman, and who wants to leave Heyman as a welterweight? The welterweights are with Al Heyman. If Al Heyman didn't have the welterweights, who would he really have? No fucking body. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Bud's wife or Luis Ortiz's wife, who you got? Deontay Wilder's wife. That's whose wife? Deontay's wife. Give me Deontay's wife if that's the choice. I know it ain't one, but fuck it, I'm gonna make it one. I'll take Deontay's wife. Fuck it. AJ is trash. Miller received a 2-year ban. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did a video on it. Well, hey, Carl Froch's wife pretty hot too. Watch out for that right hand, Kerr. I know, right? You gonna try to take my woman from me? Talk shit on me on your station and try to take my woman? To this day, bow! To this day, bow! BBC treat Bud like he don't exist. I know they do it. They don't want him to exist. You gonna try to take what's mine from me? I will beat your ass to this day. To this day. To this day. Boom. No, he'll do that after he punches you. Oh, shit. Antonio Matthews. There you go, use. Oh, Wilder's wife, community property. Guess what? Give me community property over those other two guys' property. I'll take community property. Shit. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on either side there, bud. Why does JD's look like his eyes about to pop out of his head? Because he's on that shit. Nah. He's just one of those intense guys. Do I fuck with the Charlos? I like Jamal. Jamal's got a chip on his shoulder. Jamal has proven himself. Jamal, they're tough kids. You know, Deontay Wilder's wife is silicone. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, that's not too appealing for me though, because there's so many beautiful women out here that are not full of plastic. You know, we're looking for triple platinum women, not triple plastic. Counterpunch. Anyway, moving on. For the Errol Spence, much is dependent on Danny's moral and mental hype. If he arrives there mentally, will he get a slight chance? He'll get more than a slight chance. Understand something. When if Errol Spence went in there and fucked somebody up that was a higher opposition? Or you know what I mean? Look, he didn't just beat the shit out of Sean Porter. And he didn't just beat the shit out of Carol Brook. Carol Brook was damaged as fuck. He got the jobs done. But he just looked like a normal fighter. He ain't no boogeyman, I'm telling you. And the more people he fights, the more likely he is to lose. I said it. Fuck it. What are you going to do about it? I'm like Mike Tyson. What are you going to do about it? Errol Spence is a good fighter, but he's at the end of the day, that's all he really is a good fighter. He said like slow showbiz, the adult eyes. It's not right. You talking about J. Diaz? That's not right. Third, if Yard gets beat tomorrow, will he be the end of the Queensberry Frank? Be the fucking dip. He still has Tyson Fury, though, you forget. He has Tyson Fury. You know. You should start fans only with the counterpunch models. That's a good idea, Fred. I'm gonna, I got some new stuff brewing. I'm gonna get my models and get outfits like ring card girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be cool. And then the special is being approved though, but it's another tier. For you guys again. It's going to be $1 to join the membership, so you can get all those perks and all that shit, you know what I mean, for $1. So I think that's pretty badass, because it's Christmas time and all that jazz. Bars. James Toney versus Usyk. You know what? I would actually go with Usyk on that. James Toney has to fuck with someone stationary. Someone that can move their feet like Roy Jones. How Roy beat him. Kurt gonna pull a Malik Scott. How so? Yeah, D-ass. That's right. D-ass. That's how you pronounce it. It ain't D's. It's D-ass. You guys heard of your lady Shan? She says D-ass hole. Fucking liars. You guys need to subscribe to her channel. It's fucking hilarious. She goes, yeah. She's like D-ass. I say D-ass. She's like D-ass hole liar. Fucking liar cut. They're all fucking liars. You guys should go over there. That shit's funny. Yeah, she does. And she has some legitimate interviews too. So yeah, go over there and subscribe to Lady Shan. And Boxing Logic's United. He gets there, he gets fucking drunk and shit and goes home and talks about boxing just like he would at the bar. And we can't really go to bars. So this is our way, sit back, have a drink, type up some shit. We'll talk some shit back. That's how it should be. You know what I mean? Lady Shan. Lady Shan is Shann. Yeah. She's a musical artist from the UK, like, in that grime scene. So, what does rail mean exactly? Is that like what do you call it? Or what's your name? Would you rella? Like slammer? No comment. I hope Spence can truly take a new trauma to the head. He may not though. We don't know. Michael Moore offered to train Wilder. Wilder is an idiot for turning it down. Wilder's just a proud dummy. That's all. Jay Diaz is the D-ass of the men while snorting lines of coke. Yeah, you think Spence's scar tissue is gonna open up? I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Jay Rodriguez. La palabra verdad. Egocentric. That's what it is. You think you don't need nobody? Fuck Mayweather. Fuck everybody around me. Fuck it all. J Diaz. Yep, that's his name. Shit. I'm just breaking it up. J Diaz. Hole. He's a fucking liar. Be smashing something. He been single too long. Yeah, that's pretty much an. I would assume. You know, you got a fucking rich guy that don't want to get married. Yeah, dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. You know, I'm particular. No, I'm particular about who I slam from day to day. One moment, guys. Mad Dog H. Counterpunch to you, sir. Yes, sir, Ski. Hey, when you think about great heavyweight trainers, there's Dundee, Futch, Stewart, and Diaz. No, not Diaz. Oh, Teddy Atlas, yeah. Teddy Atlas would be one of them, definitely. Does Fury have a UK boxing license? I don't think he has. I don't think it really matters. I think he can apply for one if he wants to. I think that, and the reason he didn't apply before because he didn't need one. He was fucking fighting over here. But I mean, it would be retarded if, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of shit don't make sense. Like, okay, oh fuck, if he, I think honestly, if Tyson Fury was the guy that couldn't fight somewhere, why the fuck would he then want to say that he's fighting somewhere and he can't? You know what I mean? Hell no, Atlas can't train Wilder. I already told you guys why. Wilder, look, Teddy Atlas is too old school for that shit. Hey, Bear, you know something fucked up? I did get fucking pulled over. And I got off because I was like, fuck this. This motherfucker's gonna, he's gonna see I'm on live chat and shit. But, you know, hey, I did actually. I got pulled over. I was on my way to work and got pulled the fuck over. No lie about that. And I got off though. And here's the deal: Jermell Jackson versus Julian Jackson. No, fucking Julian Jackson would have knocked somebody the fuck out. But Julian Jackson, his thing was he couldn't take punches either. So he could knock you out, but he could get knocked out. See, people know he had this vicious power, right? He had this vicious power. But then here's the deal. He could get knocked out too. So it really didn't matter at the end of the day. So, you know, for sure, somebody was getting knocked out. Exposaholic. Hey, I'm glad you said something. Exposaholic, I did it today. Stay tuned. I love it when you come on here. I just done it today. I'm gonna do it tomorrow because it's in tomorrow's lineup. I don't want to just put like so many videos out in one day. But yeah, I did it. I sure did. Blue balls. Yeah, the hawk all day, Paul. You damn right. Now he gave away the only coach with talent. Yeah. Now he got the guy that likes to fucking take dives. He got Malik Scott. He's got Malik Scott in his team. Malik gonna take me there. Fuck everybody else. Ran into this Creole cat back in Louisiana, right? We're sitting at a bar. And he's drinking beer. He got one last beer. He said, you know what? One more for the ditch. Kurt, you need to expose all these LDBC channels. Philip, I'm not going to, I've done enough counterpunching on certain things. I don't have a problem counterpunching. What I have a problem with is like the redundancy of it all. Because see, they'll do some shit and then their prime objective is to make money. You know, and they know they have an audience, so why not? You're entertaining people with your agendas. Your agendas is making people watch it. Why they watch it, you're getting paid. Cool, whatever. J. Diaz is the greatest yes man in boxing history. Counterpunch to you, J. Rodriguez. Wow. He is. I agree with you. He definitely is. Definitely. Kurt, Bob said he prevented everyone from taking Wilder to court. Is that true? That's what he said. You guys, shout out to Pep Talk UK. He had the interview with Bob Arum. And Bob Arum said that, he was persuasive enough to, he was like, hey, you guys need to wait because for one, we have to see what Joshua is going to do. And I think Joshua's going to lose. If he loses, we won't even have a fucking Joshua Fury fight anyway, which he's true. So regardless, I think, look, that's self-explanatory because obviously they're trying to get the third fight. You know what I mean? So instead of going through with the other shit they claim they have, they're going through with that. They're going through with a mediation. A mediation is an attempt to come to an agreement before you get to suing a person. That's the difference. So yeah, I believe he did. Of course he did. And then think about it. Bob Arum's a fucking lawyer. Again, he's a lawyer. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah, I know what you mean, slot tendencies. Yeah, shout out to that guy. Gerald McClellan. Yeah, Kurt, you need to train Wilder. He needs a counter punch at least. Nah, I'm not fucking with Wilder. It's profitable. Boss, you're absolutely right. It is profitable. From the front end and the back end. See, for one, it promotes the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does. It give. The shit was so. How many? Okay, by yes or no, how many of you guys think that the Wilder Fury rematch was competitive? By just telling me a simple yes or no. Yes, it was, or no, it was not. Okay, here, no, no, no. Me, who I could train? I don't know. I have to think about that one. Nobody comes to mind right now. No. Okay. Yeah, Mark Tibbs. There's, yes, Wilder was competitive in blocking punches with his face. Okay. When you're trying to prevent someone from taking you to court, it's basically saying, let's make an agreement because I know I'm wrong. Hold up. Well, no, that's not necessarily true though. Let's make an agreement because I know I'm wrong. No, let's make an agreement because I know the shit will get messy. That don't mean that. I've just went through some shit like that as Sposeaholic. You know what I'm saying? And if it was the case, if it was that lucrative to sue a motherfucker, that would have been the case. But obviously that wasn't the main objective to sue Tyson Fury. It's the fear of thinking that he was going to carry his ass without obligating that contract is what made them want to sue. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Not, oh, well, when you're trying to prevent someone from taking you to court. No, when you're trying to just come to a even playing field. Because obviously, if that's the case, he convinced them on that, not the other way around. You see what I mean? He convinced them. So how is that like, oh, when you admit you're wrong? Nobody said you were wrong by coming to a mediation. It means the fight is, if anything, the shit's more like a 50-50. That means it's going to be a long, drawn-out process, and why spend the fucking money? That's not a waving a white flag, a mediation. That's not a waving a white flag, a white flag. That shouldn't mean, well, you know what? You guys go to court, everything will be fucked up anyway. So you might as well stop that shit while we're ahead and try to come to a resolve before people start spending money on lawyers, because lawyers don't give a shit. Lawyers want their money. Lawyers gonna do what you pay them to do. And they're gonna go for what they know. And here's the thing, even lawyers are gonna come to an agreement anyway. They might come to a plea deal. We'll agree if we did this, and we'll agree if, after the third fight, Fury will still be sued for Glovegate. Cool. But here's the thing. If he gets his ass beat, that's the thing. So you're not talking about that. Who do you think's going to win the third fight? That's your question. Fuck fuck Glovegate altogether. That's a marketing tool to me, because it's helped selling the fight when people didn't even want to see the third fight. So what do? You make up a bunch of shit that, guess what? The shit happened the way it happened. And I think Tyson Fury cheated. That's the only way he lost. It makes sense because he can't punch. And now all of a sudden he beat my man up, making him bleed and this shit, that, the other, dropping him twice and all that shit. You know what I mean? And it turns into what combat ethics says, fucking Saltgate. It sounds like some salty shit. But then again, Glovegate had to be created because without Glovegate, Wilder just would have been a defeated fighter with no excuse. The dude that fought Chavez is the saddest boxing situation to me. What was his name? You talking? Oh, wait. You talking about the Philly fighter, right? Shit. Damn, I can't remember. Well, I don't think Patrick B. I don't think it's just that. Peterborough, a black guy in the car, a black guy in the car in USA. Please be careful. Don't shoot you. No, they're not bad around here. I've never been pulled over. Well, shit, here, but I mean, I was gonna say in Austin at all until the other day. you know, and you know something fucked up. I got pulled over because I had no lights on. Didn't have any fucking lights on. It's crazy. Let's just get a Wilder Fury 3, and if Fury wants to much better, he'll sweep him again. I mean, at this point, you know, job well done by Glovegate. Job well done. You know, I think that I was hated on and was blasted and attacked because I was just telling the truth about certain shit. And I think at the end of the day, I was standing in the way of what they were trying to tell people. My channel is a decent sized channel. And they didn't like the idea of me saying certain shit. So therefore they were like, you know what? Let's attack that motherfucker. Let's do something else to get him off the airways for a while. And they did for about maybe 2 days because I started a whole nother channel. But in the whole grand scheme of things, they didn't look at it like local rivalry. They looked at it like, yo, you're a threat. Shut the fuck up. We're trying to promote this fight, and you're getting our way of promoting the fight by telling your fucking truths. We don't want to hear your truths. And that's what it is. They were hurt. Yeah, they were hurt, but see, they were trying to make something happen that didn't happen. Gotta think that was probable cause. Yeah, it was. It was probable cause. Shit, I had no fucking lights on. I mean, they didn't give me shit or nothing. They were like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, you working on a show. Yep, that's exactly what I told them. Yeah, they tried to ban me, bro. They fucking did. They didn't. They tried. And see, if everything would have went the way that they wanted to do, I wouldn't even been in the picture at all. People quit liking him as soon as he brought into race. But yeah. I don't know who that is. BFTB. Who the hell is BFTB? TB. We know you are the best because of your message. Exactly. They race bait, but they know race bait stirs people up that likes to race bait. Race baiters like race baiters. And the more you talk about people about race and shit, and that stirs everybody up, you know, it's an emotional topic. As long as you're talking about something emotional, it's a selling thing. You might get people. And the only look, here's the only thing about Wilder. Only thing about Wilder, what brought that on, which triggered all that shit is that Tyson Fury to this day. My people been fighting for 400 years to this day. When he said that gave them free access, a free passageway to go that route which they wanted to go anyway, because they know that sells. No, I'm not. I have to work, unfortunately, because of Thanksgiving. Daniel Carter seemed more backbone on jellyfish. Well, they all say the same shit. If Glovegate turns out to be true and you are bashing Wilder for supposedly crying about a crime committing, wouldn't you say you're bad for boxing? No, because exposeaholic. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Wilder's crying. I'm saying that Wilder's looking for excuses. You know what I'm saying? And I like how you said that, if Glovegate turns out to be true. See, we don't know what Wilder has. We don't know what he has, but based on what we already know, is bullshit. It's all bullshit. That, look, like people act like they ain't never seen that had indentions in it from punching something. That's all you go on. And then the first fight, Exposaholic. Answer this. If Glovegate was so fucking impactful, why didn't people notice of Glovegate's supposed to happen 2 years ago? This didn't supposed to happen this year. This is just a year that he got beat up. See, nobody gives a shit until he gets beat. Then everybody wants to turn into a fucking detective. So answer me this. Why didn't they jump for his rescue when the draw happened? And that glove was flopping all the fuck around, that big ass glove that he had about an inch off of his fucking wrist. Why didn't they go towards that? Why didn't they do that? It don't matter. But see, here's the thing. Exposaholic, I like talking to Exposaholic. You know why? Because this is not a channel that, hey, you say something I don't like, I'm gonna ban you. I'm not a bitch ass channel. And he knows that. He's been on here several times. He's on here all the time. I like when he answers questions because he asks me questions. I like to answer those questions. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Because I want to get to the bottom of shit. Some things make sense, some things doesn't. I care about cheaters. That's why I asked if you were reporting Usyk Glovegate. I am. Stay tuned. Matter of fact, I already did. Paul, it's okay. AJ will put Fury in a coma with how bad AJ is going to ice Fury. Wow. You talking about Paul Grzinski, you know. Now, hey, it's supposed to be back there. I mean, the gallery. The gallery is supposed to be back. Need to expose the LDBC. No, they're busy looking at other shit and reaching, and you know, it's almost like somebody that wants to see you guilty. There's a difference between, oh, well, I know he cheated, and you know, these people are coming forth. This, oh, you didn't know this about him. That's the, you know, that's bashing at the end of the day to me. You know. They exposed themselves. The old boy got stamina issues. He got a lot more issues than that. Ain't that right, Exposaholic? Hell yeah. No, Slotello presents. Yo, there is an Usyk Glovegate now. And it ain't bullshit. It's not. It's not shit like people think it is. Exposaholic. You better tell them. You better tell them it. Look, here's the thing. Look, you just gotta wait. I already done the video. Don't worry. You know, but there is a Glovegate with Usyk. And it didn't go the way people thought it was gonna fucking go. At all. So you think AJ, Fred W., you think AJ's kryptonite is a left hook? Usyk will get found out in the heavyweights. I doubt it. I doubt that. I mean, you win some and lose some, but it ain't because you're smaller. A lot of people are not trying to give him his props for being smaller. Fury's whole career is based on cheating people out of their legacy. Okay. Yeah, the evidence. I mean, that's what we have. Did you see my video earlier today, Exposaholic? Everybody was talking about J. Diaz, right? Oh, why wasn't he there for the gloves? I had an interview with Tay Jones, and he said it himself. Like, I don't know why he wasn't there, but he was. He was there for the gloves too. He was there the whole fucking time. So if he did, I don't like how. Like, which way? Which way did he cheat? Because it's narrowing down the amount of time that it took for him to do certain shit. He doesn't have enough footwork for Joshua. I think he does. You guys will be surprised. Usyk does. Okay, to me, Wilder is the perfect modern day example of the boy who cried wolf, exactly to T. Gotta check that vid. Yeah, gotta check that video. Check that video. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I am back. What did I miss? Usyk is one of the best southpaws. AJ comes in at 270. No, the fuck he don't. I don't think he can handle that type of weight. J. Diaz was there when Fury got his gloves put on, but he made a mistake by not pushing on the gloves to feel for padding. Rookie mistake. Well, here's the deal. This is the question you ask yourself. How many times did he do that? Another question you ask yourself. Why the fuck is he still in the corner? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get what you're saying, but you're saying it like as though you're taking slack off J. Diaz. J. Diaz is the one to blame. Yeah, if Tyson Fury, if he cheated him, how the fuck will we ever know? You see what I'm saying? So it comes down to a situation where the only way we knew and verified it that the fucking dickhead didn't do what he's supposed to did. And since he didn't do what he's supposed to did, that gives everybody the right to point the finger at someone else. Now, if he knew what the fuck he was doing, he should have done that. He should have checked the gloves, which he didn't. But you ask yourself, why? Because see, with all the other bullshit that's coming about, and all the Mark Breland shit. Okay, Exposaholic. Do you believe that Mark Breland spiked his water? Do you believe that? Philip, that's not enough time to be doing that. Everybody, the fucking shit would have dropped down to 2, 3 in the chat. Come back. Hey guys, I'm back. Like, what the fuck? Where you go? Okay. Didn't ask you that though. I did not fucking ask you that. I asked you, do you think Mark Breland spiked his water? That's all I'm asking. It's just a question. You either do or you don't believe. Max Bear. The people don't really. Well, you know what? Max Bear did beat the shit out of Primo Carnera, didn't he? Skrilla 50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Well, here's the thing. Okay. Did Wilder look the same from? No, come on, man. Don't fucking talk around the answer. Don't talk around the answer. Give me your answer. Fuck all that shit, what you're trying to say. Say what you're saying. And it's weird. I ask a lot of these same people, hey, do you believe? Do you believe that Mark Breland did it? Do you believe he did it? That's all I asked. Do you believe Mark Breland did it? That's all I asked you. Did Wilder look the same from the first fight and the second? No, he didn't. He looked sloppy in the first fight. He looked fucking sloppy. That's what. He hit the target, at least in the second fight, earlier. I'm just asking a question. Yeah, you bullshitting. You're bullshitting. See, you don't want to get concrete answers and questions because you know I'm asking it for a reason. Because if people start pointing the finger and start accusing people of stuff that they know nothing about, just like the whole fucking outfit, you know why Tyson Fury is sitting pretty right now is because answer, question, the expose. You see, I mean, you can't even answer that. See, Wilder believed that. So you ain't trying to answer the question because you don't want to make Wilder look like a liar or a person that's delusional. That's why you don't want to, because you believe that's bullshit too. You just think somebody did. You ain't blaming Wilder. Okay, fair enough. Egance Sklof. We cannot mix what is belief with the truth. We sure the fuck can't. So how do you know which is belief and truth? That's the question. You gotta look, if you're taking it to court, you gotta prove it. Wilder gotta prove that shit. If he can prove it, more power to him. But at the end of the day, though, we going back to this shit. End of the day, he doesn't really have a case because the shit that the only thing that he's really came to the forefront is, hey, I believe this happened. And these other people do too. So ask these other people what they think and why they think. That's where he gets his evidence from. He gets his shit from Dante's Boxing Nation, his buddy Tay Jones that believes he was fucked over. Wilder didn't know any of that shit. Now, he may claim to say it came from him, but we don't know that to be true. You know what I'm saying? But if you say, oh, I believe Mark Breland spiked my water. Dude, been with you 12 years. As Sposeaholic, why would you think he would say that? Why would you think that at all? Jim Brown, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. The man with the wrench. Dante Wilder is a puppet. No, you bring what you can prove, not what you believe. I believe that. And I know that to be true. You know that to be true because you just said it. Now, the question is, what do you think is truth and what's not? AJ went into the fight concussed, so they should take the L off his record. No. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And so the problem is you have to prove that somebody was cheating. And then by that, what Wilder's trying to do, because of that, he's trying to prove that he was cheated. That's going to be a tough one, I believe. Do I know for sure? No. Based on what he has or whatever. But listen, this is what I believe. I believe that Wilder himself has spewed out and leaked so much evidence to these particular channels that we know everything that's involved in the court cases. And the problem with that is you already got exposed evidence from two other people. They've already shared it with other people to get their insight on it. I get that. But at the end of the day, if you're able to look and see things and have an explanation for all those particular things, it's going to be hard to prove that Tyson Fury beat him up with something in his gloves, especially with the comments that Wilder made. The comments that Wilder made, again, we're going through this shit again, but this is the truth. Wilder said that, hey, you did something in your gloves, you had an egg weight in your gloves. So what could fuck up with Wilder is they asked Wilder, do you believe that he had an egg weight in his gloves? And if he says yes, they're going to fuck him. They're going to say, well, wait a minute. You believe he had an egg weight? So why is that why you have that lump on your head? Yes, because we can match the egg weight that we can't fucking find as evidence in the man's gloves to that. Okay, well, Mr. Wilder, well, if that's the case, the egg weight, does the egg weight have scars on it? Well, no, because it was formed to the side of the or the shape of the fucking thing, the egg weight. So how did you have deep cuts inside your ear when you already admitted that you said he cut you and ate and tore flesh out of your ear? You see what I'm saying? Like those type of things that he can get himself in. Like, if look, this is what I'm saying. Wilder could fuck up and go on stand. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, if he's gonna sue like you claim, which I don't doubt, but if he gets his ass beat again, I would seriously doubt. And then if he did that, it would be more, it would look worse on him because his whole career would be with Fury the one time that he decided to step up to the top elite opposition. That would be fucked up. So he would basically be fighting a guy inside and outside the ring for the rest of his, pretty much the rest of his career, which sucks. Everything that's on video and pictures. Then I look at the person. Then I make my decision. Okay. Well, what do you think it was? What do you think happened in that fight? How do you think he cheated in that fight? I mean, these are this is just a question. How do you think he cheated? Do you think did he took stuff out of his gloves, or you think he had something in his gloves? You know? So there's a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that you can add to that Furious Wolverine. That's the thing, though. I mean, it's When you bring up other possibilities, you discredit other statements and accusations that you've already made previously. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you say, well, I think his glove looked like he's got shit taken out of it. Well, did it look like an egg weight? No. Well, you said in your video in an interview that you said that it looked like an egg weight, and he that's why you had that indentation, because it was in an egg weight form. And see what it's going to come down to. If the object of what he claims that Tyson Fury hit him with, which was inside his glove, if that can't be found, it's going to be held to prove that. Unless, you know what I'm saying? Like, it had to be, you have to have some type of shit really on the money to prove that to someone. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be a hard one to prove. Oh, a troll's paradise, Jim. It is, because you can make up anything and add on more to the propaganda that's already been added, that's already began. That's a lot of fucking ways, T straight though. T straight. Counterpunch to you. That's a lot of ways. See, my thing is, if Tyson Fury cheated, and I know what they're doing, and it's clever. It is clever, because it's like the more you come up with certain possibilities and claims that a person cheating, the more it looks like, oh, you know what? I don't know how the motherfucker cheated. I just know he cheated. That's how it looks like. Exposaholic, do you agree or don't? Because this is what's happening. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, the more you come up with another possibility on how Tyson Fury cheated Deontay Wilder, is another strike against Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? That's what it looks like. And the more you do, and like Wilder came up with the egg weight, he tampered with his gloves, the scratches inside his ear, the spiked bottle water, that's all he really came up with. Like, it probably was more. I'm scratching my right. I'm scratching. What's up? I don't know. I think they should stick to one thing, not 10, because not all 10 things could be for certain. And if you let another fighter, if your corner let another fighter cheat you the way that you claim you were cheating, you need to fire every fucking one in the whole outfit. There. That's what, look, that's the whole thing. But anyway, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez, Arthur Beterbiev, man, I think that should happen. I think that should definitely happen. He looked good today. He really looked good. He looked slick. He looked quick. He looked big as fuck, honestly. His punches looked, they had thud, but I do question his punching powers, because he wasn't able to get Martin Murray out of there like someone like Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you're not, is Billy Joe is known for his awesome punching power. No, he's not. But you know what I mean? He's had enough to keep people honest. Arthur Beterbiev is an animal. That dude is one of those bears. Like, if you could, he's a human bear. Well, Andre, he should fight him right away. If the contract's right. Bars. But anyway, guys, it's been fun. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. Stay tuned for the next video releaseage. Everyone on the chat, you guys have been counterpunched. Stay safe, be blessed, and we'll see you later. Peace.